Hello. All right. I think I want to finish this refactor of my test code. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to port my specs to use this new pattern instead of the kind of a hackier thing that I had in my build. Which should mean I'll keep this and I'll keep this, but then I can cut at least this chunk. And I think that's the only thing I'm really even doing, right? So like I probably don't need to begin intercept or end intercept or anything, right? So then all I'll be doing is like running this spec business, adding my import path, and then setting this to no output. Yup. Okay, cool. So let me find every at test. It's not a ton of them, and I'll pull these into separate spec files. Cool. So in spec, I'll need a SQL directory and SQL delete spec j. Great. And this is the whole test, yeah? Oops, man, I have hiccups. How'd that happen? Cool. So I'm going to describe SQL delete. Describe. So this is where having before hooks would be neat. But what can you do? Because like in a before hook, you could insert the fixture data, make sure things are good. If that's gonna happen though, so let's go. Let's just like describe a delete with a where. Like that's really what I'm describing, right? And we'll say, I think this could just be like an it, right? Delete with a where expression. Deletes matching records. Cool. All right, so I could rely on SQL insert for this test, but that feels kind of shady to me. Like I feel like I just want to like do like a raw like thing. I think what I want to do is closer to just just like a PG execute, right? I think this sounds a little bit better to me. I'm gonna not worry about the result. I'm gonna ensure that it's there. Okay, so I'll say execute. All right, I'm gonna need the connection. All right. Only this is a test now, so I want to like expect this to equal true. Great. And then with connection, I'm going to insert into users, email, values. So I think what I want to do here is like insert like 3 records. Yeah, and I'm gonna need to like returning. We're gonna need an ID. Alright, so the test I want to do is insert some records and then delete those records and make sure that the correct records have been inserted and deleted. Yeah. Okay, so maybe I'll excuse me. So I think with this setup, I'll like insert these 3 records. I think I'll delete them with a like expression maybe, or like an in, and then I'll call this one like not to delete and not to delete. So I'll say like with like expression here. And then I'll say these, I'll say like test to delete by ID maybe. Well, maybe I want to like flip how many of each I have. So this third one I'll call test to delete. Actually, you know what? I'll just have 2 separate. I can have separate expects. That seems like a better choice. Okay, so now execute insert result is the type. And there's no emails returned. Wow, I have like a seed down the wrong throat and I am struggling. This smoothie is challenging to drink all of a sudden. Okay. Execute insert values, return ID. And that matches this. Yeah, okay, great. I think life is pretty good here. Oh boy, I think I'm through the worst of this inability to breathe. This would be so much better in a before hook. What can you do? Alright. Delete with aware expression, delete some matching records. Great. Okay. Wow, this is pretty bad. Am I having an allergic reaction to something? I really hope not. I kind of like all this stuff that I'm eating. This is about to be a very unpleasant stream for everyone. But for me, most of all, I've got some horrible things happening in my throat. Maybe it'll clear up. Maybe it'll just clear up. Okay, so I think this count is going to be a useful thing. The count result is going to be of type struct. I don't know. Users count. I want to execute with the same connection. Count result. with value, oh yeah, with okay, and we want to what are we doing here is select count star from okay, hang on a second here. So execute insert result, execute insert success, gets that. And then I want to like assert, execute, oh no, it's not assert, it's expect. Insert success is equal to true. Right, that's the same syntax that I used before. To equal. Great, expected equal true. Boy. Okay, I think it's calming down a little bit. And then I want to expect, execute, insert result, dot count to equal, there should be what, 3? Alright. And then I think I want to, whatever, let's go from here. Whew, okay. Alright, I think I'm beginning to return to human. So counts are from users where, I don't know, is in that. And I think I want to just like spread. Yeah, okay. For execute insert result, IDs at index gets it, and IDs. So we're going to insert the 3 IDs into here. And we'll make sure that we get 3 users back out again. And here we need to set a execute insert, or no, count result, count success, gets that. We want to like expect count success to equal true. We want to expect count result to equal dot count to equal 1, and we want to expect count result like the first one to equal 3. Yeah, I want to get out 3, like the user's count should be equal to 3 in here. Man, I should probably stop and run this test now before I even continue any further. Yeah, let's just like run this now, because this is already like tens of lines of test code. I don't know if I thought through how verbose these tests are gonna get. Right, it's gotta be it dot ID. Oh, did I not spread? This should be... Oh yeah, okay. It's gotta be 3 of any, maybe? Clean up a little. attempt to match a unary literal with a polymorphic type. This would not define the type of the struct literal, so it doesn't make sense. What? Oh, I see. So this 2 equal here. I think I need to specify the type, which is count result. Equals is not defined in this scope for types count result. Count result? Really? Can't you just do struct equality based on like the type being equal and the contents being equal? Guess not. Well, I think I can just do this. Got 0. Uh-oh. Let me get my SQL connection. Oh boy. I sure did insert a ton of users. Okay, I have them, right? Test to delete with like expression 1, 2, 3. They're here. Alright, let me JRecord. And let me... Okay, now we're back to how it initially was. Okay. What was I hoping to do here, and what went wrong? Let's get back to the spec. ID isn't this with these IDs. Huh, what's going on here? I don't know. So we know that we got 3 results. I don't know, let me like print the ID as well, maybe. Inserted ID. Oh no, they're these terrible numbers again. How'd that happen? That sucks. Cause like these IDs are in the 400s range, not in the 3 jillion range. Well, clearly I didn't solve this number encoding problem as well as I thought I did. Am I like running right off the end of a... You know what it's like? It's as if, I know those IDs have got to be big ints, right? Like what? I think it's in module. I think it's in here. But like, what could possibly be happening here? It's like, I don't know. So at one point I thought this was like an encoding, like a network byte ordering issue, but I don't think it's that. I think it's, like it felt much more likely that it was less about that and more about like the size of numbers that we were just like reading like arbitrary data. It was consistent every time, so it's as if like the data had some like stuff built into it. I think it's in get results. We look at the type info of the type. We get the number of tuples. We build up this thing for each column number. We cast that to a U8. And we look up the offset in bytes to throw it into the correct slot. Man, this is gonna suck, but I might just need to I might be about ready to try to rewrite some of this code. For one thing, it does seem it seems like messing with this at the type info level, like we know statically about this type. Alright, I guess the theory that I'm barreling towards right now is like this. Is somehow wrong. We'd be better off like instead of, so we call like this delegates to this like assign member business, which has just like a slot, which is like an opaque pointer, and it pulls in like type len data row call. And man, I think I want to build this in a more, I think there's like generally I get the sense that this thing, when we receive query results, we iterate over the columns from that query, and then we here build up a mapping of column numbers to the appropriate member, and like I think that's wrong. I think that's not ideal. And I think what we probably want is instead to I think we can take a different approach. We can do it in like a columnar way where we iterate over each, where we'll just like generate get results. And then, right, like this business about column type is like, we do an N2H there, we do a cast here, and we get value. Like, man, I think really yeah, I feel pretty good. about just like rewriting this business? Ugh, why does that seem like a good idea to me? This is horrific. Why would I want to play with this like right integer nonsense? Right? Why would I want to do this? This is terrible. But it's just yeah, I do think this is written in the way that's at least upside down from how I would have approached it. And yeah, I don't know, maybe I can help. It's too bad this doesn't have any tests though, right? Rough trying to build this in a test-free environment. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna write a test file. It's gonna include the module. It's gonna have a main. And it's gonna just like do some stuff. I think I'm gonna run it in like the same environment that I've been running this in. Why not, right? So maybe I'll grab my same old workspace.sh, and I'm gonna need Docker Compose as well. So this Docker Compose though, I think I want to call this like Postgres workspace. No, this I still need. That I still want. This I no longer need. But I think what I want to change is this. No? How did I set this up with Docker Compose? Oh yeah, okay, I can just do an up here probably. Man, I'm getting... This is a terrible idea, isn't it? I'm sure this is a mistake. But whatever, I'm learning. Alright, what's going on with Docker? We have this JRecord thing. I think I can just do a Docker Compose up dot. Is that about what I did here? Help? What does this want to tell me? Is that like a minus D at some point? Detach? Okay. Try that. What have we got here? What have we got here? Alright, JPostgres is up. And now if I run this, is that gonna happen? Okay. Great. So let's make a new... How do I create a new tab with a specific profile again? Select... No. I want a new tab with a new profile. Why is that hard? Why do I not know how to use this tool? Profiles, Kevin Light. Can I like right click and do it? There it is. Weird, but okay. That's legible. Whew. Alright. I think I'm going to add some stuff into gitignore. You call it PG test, huh? I want to add that. I want to add that, because those are my just dev environment. And maybe I'll call this, I don't know, pgtest.j, because that'll match this thing. Alright, and I want to do jlinux pg test.j. Alright, it built. Great, 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 great. Okay, so in main, I want to do some stuff. What do I want to do here? I don't know. Let's like insert some data. I mean, I just want to like make sure these things work, right? Make sure IDs are real. Yeah, yeah, that's all. Let me just grab this test data that I was working on. I'll start from here. And like clearly, some of this isn't quite gonna work, but I'll do this. Let me return, let me find my like PG connection business. Oh, I forgot that I made this like a global. That's kind of cute. I think I'm gonna not do that here. I'm just gonna call this get PG connection, return that, return that. Cool. And this I can just like assert this. Great. Okay, do I have a schema here? Cool. ID, big serial, primary key, email, character varying, no false. That's like enough for now, probably, right? Non-null. Oh yeah, it should be double quotes, not single quotes. I always get that wrong. All right. Cool. Great. Now, if I run that. Okay, so this should work so far. Insert result is going to be those things. Insert into users, some emails, returning ID and email. And here, I want to just like assert this equals 3. And then, yeah, let's just like print it out and call it a day for now. All right. Execute, insert result is not what I called it anymore. I renamed all this stuff. What a genius I am. Okay. Yeah, those IDs are way off. Those IDs are obviously wrong. Clearly, there should be 2, 3, and 4, not like a jillion. Who tested this, huh? Who tested this? Not me. Alright, let me add. I think that my test script is like a good one. But I'm gonna call it just like test.j. And I'm gonna believe in myself. Okay. Alright, what do I want to have happen here? So connect seems fine for now, at least. Is it okay? Do I believe, is this like a worthwhile starting point that I should continue building off of, or is it time to just like do my own thing here? I think it's worth trying to build off this at least a little bit longer. Although I bet pretty soon I'll end up like in a radically different space. I feel like at least maybe serializing args into queries and stuff, that like seems like it's working. Um, it's just pulling the data back out again that seems like it's currently kind of busted. So let's just work on get results, yeah? Well, like we'll start here. Yeah. Yeah, let's just like start here. Return some array of t's with some success. Okay. I'm just gonna comment all this out for now. Whew. All right. So I guess what I'm thinking is it makes quite a bit more sense for me to generate some code based on t, the type, which is then gonna like fill a whole column up, right? We commented this out too soon. Yeah, but like I think that's kind of what I want to say is like, right? Because we do like this one iteration to get all column names, and then we iterate over each row at a top level, and then for each row we're then iterating over each of the column members and messing with type and len and data and slot and success and really though all that behavior, right? Like is like specific. Is the length different? Oh, because these could be like strings, and those have variable lengths. But we would know that. Oh, yeah, maybe I'm trying to be more clever than is reasonable. Like, what do I think I can really contribute if I do make a meaningful change here? Well, okay, yeah, it's obviously that I'm like getting garbage data out. You know what? Maybe I'll check this out and see where I diverge from this. Yeah? Check out Postgres x.h. That might help. That's a weird way to put it. This is not legible at all to anybody but me, is it? I kind of want just like the raw of this file, though. This is it. It's because we include other stuff. Config x.h. Wow, this is much harder to read than just the source. Wow, I really wished. This is no help at all. This file contains declarations of things that are visible to everyone, Postgres, and visible to clients of front-end libraries. Okay, there's gotta be like a, yeah, I see. Stuff from libpq front-end. Exported functions of libpq. Oh man, I have to read through like every single. It's like some real work that happened here. All right, all right. Man, I wonder if any of the things that I renamed. What could that possibly have caused, though? Okay, I don't. I guess the avenue of thought that I was going down in reading all that code is like, what if, right? Like we're getting like one of these is like invalid because like pq get value for this is returning something which we're interpreting as if it were like a 64-bit, but we're only actually getting 32 bits of data. Like, what would that mean? But like pq get value just returns a pointer to a u8. That sounds about right to me. So honestly, what I'm really tempted to do is like, like, look, we do all this like we do this binary format for everything, which means that we need to do all this work. And like, man, maybe it's a cop out, and it sort of betrays the spirit of the language. But I can't help but think that I'd just be way more effective here. Like with bugs like this, I'm just like stumped, and the body of knowledge I need to pick up on in order to actually understand like where the byte encoding problem is happening here for us to get the wrong bytes set on these things is like so hard. And man, what an easy cop out it would be to say like, well, look, we're already going to be serializing things to bytes to the network and waiting on network responses here anyway. Why not do a little bit of string munging, right? Why not do a little bit of like, instead of using binary encoding here, pretend it's like slightly closer to like a JSON API or something. We're going to serialize everything to strings. Let Postgres figure out the types, which I don't know. There's upside to that too. Specifically, like, man, any of these numeric types, if we get them back in like a number, in like a decimal encoded string, like, who cares about the pg types.int248, like, whatever, right? Like, let that be not our problem. Or like even like this stuff, structs and arrays and stuff, like we would need to learn the internal serialization and encoding of how these things happen in Postgres server side. Let alone, I don't think that we have a way right now of encoding date types. What am I doing? It was a very risky move, drinking some smoothie after it made me almost die earlier. Okay. I think I'm becoming increasingly tempted by the thought of cutting. All right, let me just pause for a second, because I believe that what happened here was that I wanted to write a spec for SQL delete, and in pulling on that thread, I found myself playing with some IDs that didn't make a ton of sense to me. These IDs were out of whack. So when I encountered these out of whack IDs, I decided, well, it's time to rewrite all of the entire Postgres binding. And man, I think that might be really what I believe. Or at least like give it a mode, you know? can make that like a module flag. Man, I think I'm just about ready to like I'm gonna snag the good parts of this and just like see how far I get on my own version of it. I don't want to worry about endian encoding. I don't want to like no thank you. Oh, there it is. There's a build.j. Call it PG test at the back end, huh? Oh, and there was a PG test.j at some point, but it's just not here. Did I cut it? Maybe it was there in the real. Too many slashes. Oh, I figured it out. I wonder what these people are getting out of it. Like, is this working for them? I don't see a test.j. Yeah. Okay. I think the PG types seems useful. I mean, libpq seems useful. And I think I'm gonna hopefully not need byte order. PG types. Hopefully I'll rewrite a lot of what's happening in module. Alright, boys. Alright, team. Alright, everybody. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cut this, because that's no longer important to us. And we're gonna add our own module.j. I'm gonna import it from main. And we're gonna eventually get to the point of this being like an actual proper module, but like that's not yet. Alright, and now this is gonna fall apart, which is fine. Let me make sure I can no longer need this. And I'm gonna do, let's kill this. Start up. Alright, new tab, Kevin Light, workspace. Cool, and then if I do J Linux build, it fails because there's no J Postgres. Awesome. Alright, we're up. Let me get to main. Let me delete that. Oh yeah, of course. Alright, PGCon. Cool, we got real problems now. But like, good ones. Load libpq.j. I want to load pg types. Great. Huh? Like, what? Workspace source Postgres PG types. What? Unable to open it for reading? What even could be the problem with that? It's here. Here we are. What's going on? pg underscore types dot j pg pq. That's how it gets me. All right. It's because libpq also loads that. Okay, great. Let me cut this out. Awesome. Connect, execute. Cool. Love it. Life is great. We're going to need connect. We're going to need execute with a type. We're going to need execute without the type. Alright, is connect good? Is connect fine here? How does connect work? This seems pretty much... It's hard for me to imagine that this is a problem, right? That seems fine. What is happening here? Has my Finder quit on me? What happened here? Alright, we're back. Alright. This connect probably works, right? PQ connect start. Can start connecting. Do we have a connect now? Alright, it looks like we have connect, but still not everything. Great. We're just missing execute everywhere and report error. I wonder where that's from. Oh, cool. Delegates log error. Is log error defined? No. Okay. It's just, why not call that log error then, huh? Solving problems left and right. Okay. Now we need these execute implementations, and this is like the entire work of the project. Cool, no big deal, no big deal. We'll just start rewriting this entire thing. Oh, and I guess, maybe disconnect is nice, although I haven't written any code to depend on it. We can come back to that when I get there, maybe. Oh man, I didn't notice I got so many texts. Alright, I'm back. Responded to the texts. Back to paying attention to this. So basically I'm just like copping out on a lot of this execute business, where I'm gonna need to like write a bunch of things to string, write a bunch of C strings. What's easy? Ship in Postgres, let Postgres handle the hard parts. We'll be good. We'll be good. Yeah. Okay, so this first one, which one is this? I grabbed one arbitrarily. It has the one with the type. Great. Okay. And I do kind of like this format. This format like works for me. Like these args, I like. Ignore unknown. I don't know about that. We'll see. Okay. Send query. And what is this going to return? What's query response meant to be? A pointer to a PG result. Alright. Alright. What is check query result gonna do? Oof. Yeah, I'll probably just grab this wholesale as well. Man, what a bunch of boring work we need to do to integrate with Postgres, huh? Fatal error. Report error. This is just log error. Okay. Tuple okay. Command okay. Empty query. And we return has results, and we return success. Love it. Postgres tuples okay, Postgres command okay, Postgres empty query are all success cases. Okay, maybe I'll just do... That seems fine, right? Isn't that the syntax? Yeah. Yeah, that looks right. Neat. So these two go to the same thing, which is return false true, and these blow up. Great. Great. Okay, so now check query result is done. Not success. Return results, which is an empty array. And false. Yeah, that makes sense to me. If has results, we call get results, and we return them. I don't know if that's valid syntax, actually. But I like early return better in cases like this. And let's like initialize them, and oh, because like success is already initialized here. I'm gonna just say we'll do this in one scope, and then we'll do this for real. Okay, I'm gonna cut ignore unknown for now. And so we have the query response, the query result. And what's the type of this? Is PG result? I kind of like calling this result, or like query result. Especially because like request response, everything starts with res. Who are we kidding? How are we helping anybody by abbreviating the like most common prefix in all of software? All right. So get results is the fun part. And it's going to take some query result. And what's the other thing it's going to take is some type T. It's going to be known at compile time. And it's going to return an array of T's. Yeah. And a success, I guess, yeah? Yeah, and a success. Okay, and then this is where get results in the existing implementation. Boom. think I need a quick bio break. BRB. Hello. Wow. In the error report that I submitted 2 hours ago, I already got a response. But it said the break that I encountered is intentional. All right, so let's play with this. So I'm thinking, like, how was I thinking that I would want to do this? I was gonna say, all right. So the different assumptions that we're gonna make versus what we've got is that assume string encoding, like not binary, which I think just makes things easier. Although we'll see. And then I'm gonna say assume, like, we're gonna iterate over type members, then columns, fill each column. And why am I doing this? Yeah, because none of my data types are matching up the way that I hoped they would. All right, let's start. So we're gonna grab the, like, members, right? To use a type, gotta get the type info. Ugh, I think it's gonna be one of these. Yeah? I don't know. Yeah, defer free buffers on string builder. And then, like, what I'm gonna do is, I guess I just, like, yeah. So it'll be like 4. Okay, I need like the number of columns. It's not in tuples, but in fields. I don't like num columns as much as columns count, but I guess like this does use n fields. Okay, columns count 4, 0, columns count -1. You know what? Maybe I'll say like fill results column. Let's just like see where this goes. Hi, Charlie. Alright, so for each column num, let's call this like column index. Oh! I forgot I have a 3 p.m. appointment today. I'm gonna make slightly more progress, but I'll be checking my email through it. And in 10 minutes, I've got to drop. Okay, so we got like column name. It's gonna be, what's it called? PQF name. For this query, oh, but this is not what it's called. Query result. And then call is just like a number. Yeah, okay, column, index. I wonder, like, I love my more descriptive or more verbose names. I wonder people who would prefer like res and call. When they see this, are they like, how dare you be so clear? Why would you write so many letters? Why would you add so many characters here? Whatever. Alright, so what I'm thinking here is that mainly the stream, like the thing that I want to have here is like if column name equals, and then like case, like some column name, blah blah blah. But this is like not even, this is like a C string most likely, right? PQF name, yeah, exactly. Alright, so I need this has gotta be column name, a string, set the data. And yeah, is that about right? And this is just in like basic, right? Yeah, it's in preload, it's everywhere. Okay, so, and then I want to like generate some code that looks like this. Maybe I can even like start here and then like insert, I don't know, this seems shaky to me. But we'll see. Okay, so we're going to for member in type info of t.members. We're going to print to builder. Yeah. Of string builder. Case. And member.name. And then what's the thing that we're gonna do? right? So like, so it's thinking in this case, we loop over all the rows and fill this column in the results. Yeah? So let's say like results is gonna be this is gonna get super weird. Okay, so the results results are gonna be a T of and tuples of query result. Is that legal syntax? I hope that's legal syntax. We'll have to find out. And then, man, we're gonna like fill a column, right? Right. So, like, if we go to a concrete example, we want to emit code that's like case email. Then we want to like for row index in like 0 to results count -1. We want to do results row index dot email is, and now this is like the worst part, is we need to pull out that string, and we're gonna know that it's like string type. Right, and so maybe here we want to assert like some of this business. Yeah. And so really we probably don't want to do any of this. As much as what we want to do is either return, like, so we might want to get back to returning the, like, this, like, slot. We don't have closures. We might need to use, like, the memory offset. Or, I don't know. Let's, like, see what this looks like, right? So we do for row index in 0 to results count -1. Don't need an arg. And for each time, well, we'll definitely need that. What are we gonna do? We're gonna like set something. So in this case, I'm thinking we'll like set like string value. And what are we going to set? It's going to be like we need to pass the query result. We need to pass the pointer to results bracket row index dot member name. That's maybe all. Fill all the rows for these. Yeah? Okay. And then it's like a default case, or is it like an else? It just goes case with nothing. And in the nothing case, we probably want to log error unknown. And member, no, and like, what is it called here? Column name. Oh, but you know what? This can probably get like pulled out if any of the syntax works at all, right? What is this convention? Capitalized. Unknown column name in query result. Do I need new lines? No. Column name. Alright. This seems pretty far-fetched, but it could work. It could work, you know? It could work. I am at my hard stop. So I think I'm going to drop from this stream right now to the one robot who's paying attention. 0 robots who are paying attention. Twitch says I have a viewer. But yeah, I gotta go. Bye, everybody.